How is it going, everybody? Welcome today to something completely new. So, if you have watched Geography Challenges or RC, or possibly others on YouTube, you may have seen them attempt to get a 25K, a perfect score, on a blank map, which is something that I have never really tried myself, aside from just a couple of rounds. And it's something that I find really interesting to watch when it's on their channels, and really fascinating and really impressive because they're just insanely good at it. So today I thought I would give this a try myself since it's long overdue. So I'm going to be playing Urban World, which is probably the easiest map to do this on because it usually puts you in a big city, and cities are much, much easier than countryside to do in this mode. So I'm going to jump into Urban World, and this might take a while. I don't know how long this is going to take, but I've never really done this, so I'm not used to it. So this could take some time. But I really like this mode because it brings out sort of skills that you never really have to use in a regular GeoGuessr game. Just sort of like your sense for where things are and your ability to pinpoint based on little information. It's really sort of an interesting side of things. So I think the mode is super fascinating. And we will be playing no time limit, no moving, and we will be setting it to blank, or let's see, not blank because that's literally nothing, but easy 5K is the map that we want on this Unity script. And if we zoom in, we will see all we have are land masses and roads and buildings. If you zoom in, that's basically it, plus like rivers and things. But yeah, without further ado, I'm going to jump in. So it looks like we're starting in Australia or New Zealand. Now I saw the word Newcastle, and that is .au, and we have New South Wales plate. So Newcastle would make sense here. Now, I must say, I am extremely grateful that this is something like Newcastle as opposed to something like Sydney, because giant cities in Australia give you the name of like the tiny suburb, and they are a massive pain. Now, the issue is, can I find Newcastle? Now, this is Sydney. I'm fairly certain Newcastle is this one up to its north. However, I'm not at all sure about that. But if we are in Newcastle, hopefully this is going to be solvable. So we have sort of a main road here, ish at least, that goes northeast, southwest. And yeah, often it can be really helpful to find stuff like rivers or coast in this mode that can kind of help you orient yourself, because often that's quite hard to do. Now we do have a roundabout which could help us here. So if I zoom into Newcastle, wondering if it would be this yellow road here. Perhaps something like this or this. This is a roundabout here, and we do have a divided road. So this isn't a bad shout. Us being up there would make a lot of sense. Now, I may try moving the other way and seeing what we get up here, seeing how the road behaves. So we hit this road here that's kind of east-west. And we do, if I'm not mistaken, appear to turn a little bit, which makes sense. I think maybe that's this. Maybe. Hold on, if we go this way, is there a little off-road to the south? Maybe? Not entirely clear. Maybe this. Okay, so this I think makes a lot of sense. So we have a T-junction here, which would be this, you would think. Right? Because the next intersection is that one. So I feel pretty good about this. So I think I'm going to send it. We're just to the side of it. Do the buildings make sense here? Looking at this one, and I'm wondering, I mean, it doesn't seem to be the right shape. So I'm not actually positive that we have this. let me just have a gander over this way. This makes sense, though, with the little alley. Apologies for the barking. I think this is correct. This has to be correct. I don't know what he's barking at. It is correct. Let's go. So that's how this mode's going to go. It's going to be a lot of just road aligning and it's just checking for cross streets, checking for things like roundabouts. And I think it's a really, really interesting mode. So let's go to round 2. Oktoberstrasse. So we have what would appear to be Austria. However, the street signs are not Vienna. So that means we should be in a different Austrian city, possibly Graz or Linz or Salzburg or Klagenfurt, or there's a lot of things on there. I'm not going to trust that. This, let's see. A2. See, okay, well, we do have a sign for Slovenia, which suggests... Jesus, okay. First, I have to find Austria. Now, it is really remarkably harder than you think to find things when you don't have the same info. So this is Vienna. Now, I need to be careful here. I need to be really, really careful. So if we have a sign for Slovenia, we're probably nearby. So Klagenfurt, I think, would make a lot of sense. Now, I want to say that's this, but I'm worried it could be one of these here. Now, I'm not even sure it is Klagenfurt. I think I'm going to try and verify that first before I do anything else. It does, of course, feel like a reasonably big city, though. Oh, that says Graz, so maybe it is just Graz. Which, now that I think about it... Graz may be the one I've clicked on. Because it's all south of the mountains. It's a fairly big... You know what? I think this is Graz. So I think I'm being a bit of an idiot. But that's how this is going to go. It really pushes you to think in ways that you don't usually think. So if we are in Graz... The grid looks basically north-south to me. Almost directly north-south, which maybe fits here. The grid's not super consistent, to be honest. And of course, there's still a good chance we're not even in Graz, so... Oh my goodness. It really is a bit of a mind bender. If I was really good, I would know where the A2 was, but I don't know Austria that well. I don't even know if I could do that in the US. There are a lot of roads I should know of, but I just kind of don't. Okay, so that says Klagenfurt. So I think it's Klagenfurt. And yeah, Canton is Carinthia, which I think includes Klagenfurt. So now I'm thinking we're here, which I hope is Klagenfurt and not the one next to it. But pinpointing this is really... It's not going to be obvious. So we have... It looks like this road ends over here. Could be something like this. But then it becomes divided. Oh, it's such a mind bender. It really is. There's a big square of some sort here. This is amazing how hard this is. Now, could it be this city over this way? I'm not sure I like this as much. The streets are much more curved around here. But how in the world am I going to pinpoint this? It's remarkably difficult. Really is amazing how much this kind of messes with your head. So we turn kind of to the north and we hit another divided road here. That might have been this turn here. Hitting this divided road. Does it undivide down that way? It does. So I think there's a good chance that this street I've got my pin on right here is the street that we're currently on. Now, if I can try and maybe retrace my steps here. Oh, it's so easy to get lost. Let me just count it block by block. I may as well, right? So this one goes just north. So we're already wrong? Oh no, that's this then. Okay. Look, I know I can be quicker at this, but it's just... This is not a way I'm used to thinking. I really need to get used to this. And if you guys have tips in the comments for ways I can be better at this, feel free to speak up. Or ways I can do things more efficiently. I would love to hear about it. Because this is something else right here. So, I think we're here. That does still fit. And now we hit this big square, which is this empty bit right here. So, if I go back to the start, we are just south of the square. So I hope we are on this road here. And it seems to fit at least well enough. There's not much of a road here, but that would be this building. I think we are on this road, which would put us about there. Let's go. Okay, it's amazing how much sort of brain power that even takes to figure out. So I'm glad I figured out it was Klagenfurt, because I was worried it could be this one, but I figured the road angles fit better for this city over here, and then Graz was indeed this city to the east. But without these borders, it is remarkably difficult. Oh no. Okay, what's this? Dubrovnik. That's a fun one. So that is the little exclave of Croatia, but I have to make sure. I think it's this here. Yeah, because it's got this little inlet. I remember that reasonably well, because this is the Bay of Kotor in Montenegro, and then you've got all these Croatian islands here, and then the little Bosnian bit is, I don't know, somewhere over here, but this, I believe, is Dubrovnik. So if that is where we are, it's not a huge city, so hopefully that makes my life a little bit easier. So we have like a northwest or it's curving a little bit, but it seems like a fairly major road. And we came off to the southwest and it turns a little bit south. So, Old City is to my east. Would we be here at this little intersection? If we move northwest, do we find a big intersection? We do. And I'm reasonably confident that we are here. So this could be a quick 5K. Moving ever so slightly northeast on this little road. We hit one road that comes off to the east, which is that, right? And then we continue this way. We have one that comes off to the west and is fairly large, which is that. And then we hit the intersection. So we will be right there. Huge. Really fun, that one. Really fun. Yeah, Dubrovnik, super cool place to get dropped. The Bosnia thing was actually up here. It's not quite right about where I was, but anyway. Good thing I was able to locate the town, because it's not easy, given that it's really not all that big. But we got there. Oh no. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well this is going to put my Russian city knowledge to the ultimate test, because there's a very good chance that I get confused here. If it even is Russia, it could of course be Ukraine. Trying to read these things here. So, first of all, where are the driving? See, the steering wheel there appears to be on the wrong side, although that one is on the right side. That one is also on the wrong side, as is that one. So this suggests that we are somewhere in the east of Russia, which might be good for me because it might make it more likely that I've actually heard of the city. So Blagoveshchensk, although that might be a street name, but G, I don't know what G is. But Blagoveshchensk is on the Amur on the Chinese border, which is somewhere. I think it's this, because this is Blagoveshchensk and this is Heihe in China. I hope. So, gonna move around. I would love to get confirmation that that is actually the city we're in, because it could of course be bait. It could be the name of a street or something weird. It's ever so slightly northwest, so I have to say the road angle does fit, which gives me some confidence here. Not sure how easy it is going to be to pinpoint, so I'm going to go back to the start. So we're on a fairly large road here at the start. Could it be, if we go south, do we hit the river? Certainly not immediately. Could be a street like this. Might not even be one of the larger ones. Maybe it just looks large, but my eyes are kind of playing a trick on me. So this is a divided road here. Is it divided? This is divided, so we may be looking at this, which means it would make sense for us to be on this road. Now, the division doesn't last forever. If we move northwest here, still got plenty of room before we hit the water. Some sort of Ferris wheel is fascinating. Don't think that's something I can find, but I think it makes a lot of sense for us to be on this road currently, which would put us up here somewhere. We could like block count with the length of the median in the road. although that might be a little bit tedious. I don't know if that's completely worth doing. It's quite long. It doesn't look that long on the map. I mean, it's only like 8 or so blocks. And I haven't been counting, which is stupid, but if this middle bit ends here soon... See, this is fascinating. It kind of... No, it does end. It does end. So, that means we're here now, you would think. So we've got a few blocks there. I'm going to go back to the start. And next what I'm going to try is going back to this road and counting the length of the middle bit towards the east. Now, we did move a fair bit, so we may be a bit further north of where my pin is. But we're just going to count the major blocks until this division ends. So 1 block, 2 blocks. It does appear to continue here. It's going a little bit longer than I would expect, but it's 3 blocks. So that would put us here, meaning somewhere north of there, meaning something like this. Now, I think it may be where my pin currently is, but I don't want to rush it. I mean, I'm not trying to speed run or anything, so there's not really any point going fast here. So we have a road off to the east, which makes sense. Is there another one just down this way? Yes. Good. And then there's one to the west. Yep, okay, this is correct. I'm actually convinced now. So we are just to the east of the intersection, so right there. Let's go. Really, really fun. This is super cool. I love this. It takes a lot of thinking, but it's fun thinking. It's really cool. Fun detective work. Round 5. Do not screw me over. Oh my god. We got US or Canada. Thank you. Although I don't want to say that too soon. If it's some random small town or something, then that could be an issue. So let's not count our chickens. Let's actually move and try and figure this out. As of now, I have absolutely no idea. 5,000, presumably that's his kilograms. So we should be in Canada here. So the only question is where. Eastern Orthodox Church is fascinating. Royal Canadian Legion, Slovak? What? Okay, maybe that has something to do with the church there. Frank Cherry Park, Thunder Bay. Thunder Bay is on Lake Superior, and it should be this here. I don't think there's anything else that works. I mean, I know it's on the North Shore, and there's nothing else that I can even see here. So I think Thunder Bay has to be the one that I've clicked. So, how quickly can we get this? We moved northwest. And was there a railroad track or something up here? There was, and quite a large one as well. Where is my pin? So the railroad track... Oh, maybe it's not that? Is it this? It's weird. Moving northwest and hitting it is weird because there's not really much to the southeast of this large track. I don't think it's this small one. Hold on. So this is a little weird. So the track does go, I would say, northeast where we are. Maybe this? Somewhere in here, maybe? Not sure. If we go this way, we hit a dead end fairly quickly. Oh. another railroad track. This is very interesting. So we have, is it this and this, you would think. So I think one of these few roads here makes a ton of sense. Now if we go west, we hit this corner road, which is this. And is this little dead end here? Yeah, basically. So we may have started on this one. Because it looks like, yeah, only one block this way. And only one block up here. There is... oh. Huh. Hold on. Are we here then? I was one road off, was I? Because if we go this way, there is a road there. And then there's another one here. And to make sure the angle lines up, let's just try this. It's kind of north-northwest. I think it really does fit. One final check. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to see if we have a little footpath thing, which is no, not, hold on. It would be on this side. Yeah, I think that's got to be what this is here, this little guy. So I'm convinced that this is correct. So we are on the third road just north of the intersection. And do the buildings fit? Is this quite a long building? Yes. I think we have it. Ladies and gentlemen, 25,000 points on a blank map. That was so much fun. I really like that, I have to be honest. If you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know, and I will be happy to try more attempts like this, potentially on more difficult maps, because that is just, so that's a good time. That is a fun time. 24 minutes 21 seconds. I mean, it's nothing crazy, but it's obviously it's not terrible either. GC, I think, speedran Urban World in under 8 minutes. He was like 7.5 or so, which is absolutely bonkers. I could have certainly been quicker than that if I was really trying to press myself, but I was kind of just going slowly, kind of making my way through, explaining my thought process there. And that was, but, I mean, I never would have gotten anywhere near 7.5 minutes. That's still insane. But all in all, that was super fun. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that as well. What was the toughest round? I think it was Austria, yeah. Round 2 in Austria took me almost 8 minutes. And then round 4 in Russia was pretty tough too, but that's mainly just because the grid all looked the same and I had to really make sure I was at the right part of the grid. But that's going to be all for me. Thank you, as always, for watching. And yeah, once again, let me know if you liked this in the comments. Let me know, and I will be happy to do more videos of this type. I think it was really fun, and maybe I could even pull off 25k on something like Pinpointable World, or eventually, maybe something like ADW or ACW. But I guess until the next time I do this, which hopefully won't be too long from now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.